near records yesterday, so we'll be watching to see how they react today. Of course, that follows President Trump's second term and the beginning of it. Investors reacting to his first policy moves, including the decision to hold off on the universal tariff hike expected by many on his first day in office.
But that might not last long. Trump signaling that he's considering a 10% tariff on China beginning as soon as February 1st. There, weigh in now is Anthony Esposito. He's the founder and CEO of Island Capital Investment. Brandon Arnold is the executive vice president of the National Taxpayers Union. Great to have you both here. I want to start with you, Brandon. I mean, Trump saying that he's discussing the tariff because China is reportedly sending fentanyl to Mexico and Canada. Your thoughts on how this is how China will respond? Also, Canada now says that they're going to respond to these potential tariffs.
Yeah, I mean, tariffs cut both ways, and they can be an effective negotiating tool. But if they actually do take effect, they're going to raise costs for consumers and perhaps even more importantly, manufacturers. We have a very competitive economic system here, globally speaking. And if we start raising the costs on our American manufacturers, it's going to make it more difficult for them to create jobs and export things. So, yes, we want to see better policies coming out of China. We do not want to see them sending fentanyl our way. But if we overshoot the mark when it comes to tariffs, consumers and our businesses could end up paying the price. So,
yeah, as John was mentioning, Trudeau's saying he's going to retaliate. Mm-hmm. He's also on the way out. He's not a popular guy in Canada. And also the president of Mexico says she's going to respond step by step. And Anthony, there's some time between now and February 1st. Do you think these countries might come around, considering there's now the threat of tariffs hanging over their heads?
Yeah, I think they will. I think the U.S. is really the running the table at this point. We are the largest economy in the world. And even if you look at China, a 10% tariff on China would affect their GDP at about 3x what it would the U.S. So we would lose about $50 billion in GDP here versus close to $150 billion for China to lose. In addition, China's pumped hundreds of billions of dollars, remember, in 2024 into the economy to try and keep their markets afloat, whether it be real estate, whether it be equities, their banking system. They're not in a strong position right now. I think we'll all come to the table. I think we'll get to a good resolution, and I think we'll get to the resolution that makes President Trump happy and the United States will benefit.
And it opens up that conversation, at least with Canada, about, combining these economies, because in Canada, their economy is not doing very well. They're trying to restore everything because of what Trudeau was brought into power as the prime minister there. So we'll wait to see if he does not get reelected. You've got Pierre Poilievre, the leader of the opposition. Maybe he's got some energy type goals because that's where he is in line with Trump on a lot of his policies. But I want to move on to this. Trump also announcing Stargate. This is a $500 billion artificial intelligence investment with OpenAI, Oracle, as well as SoftBank. Here's that. Let's watch.
Gee, what we want to do is we want to keep it in this country. China is a competitor and others are competitors. We want it to be in this country, and we're making it available. I'm going to help a lot through emergency declarations because we have an emergency. We have to get this stuff built. So they have to produce a lot of electricity, and we'll make it possible for them to get that production done very easily at their own plants if they want, where they'll build at the plant, the AI plant, they'll build energy generation, and that will be incredible.
So, Brandon, we talk about this because a lot of people think that we're behind in terms of China and AI and the tech world. We want to establish American jobs with this, but do we have the talent pool to try to keep pace and overcome China?
Well, I think so, but we need to have the right climate in order to do so. And that means a better regulatory climate, a more permissive regulatory climate. And we've already started to see that from the Trump administration just 2 days in, and a better tax climate. What China has done is subsidize its R&D investments. Meanwhile, we have allowed tax incentives to expire in this country or to begin to phase out that were originally on the books back in 2017. We need to get those tax provisions back on the books so we have a good reason for American companies and foreign companies to invest in this country to innovate and create new products and new technologies.
Well, there already seems to be some interest in it. I mean, we've seen billionaires come forward and say, you know what, I'd like to invest in the United States. And this has happened under Trump's watch. Anthony Esposito, Brandon Arnold, gentlemen, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, President Trump has hit the ground